The egregious crimes of Chief Joe Salvaggio. This is part deux. I was directed to this because this from mysanantonio.com. This is going to be the nail in the Chief Joe Salvaggio coffin. It's going to clearly show how terrible of a person that he is and how he needs to be removed from his position of authority and, dare I say, incarcerated for his heinous crimes against the people of Texas and San Antonio and against the United States as a whole, because we just can't have things like this going on. And I am thankful to all of my sovereign citizen supporters who are real big into minor ordinance violations, even though this actually wasn't an ordinance. This wasn't even technically a crime. And all my anarchist supporters who are also big into making sure everybody follows the rules. I want to thank all of them for pointing this out. Actually, it wasn't one of them. It was Ed Hardgrove. But, you know, whatever. So we're going to read this. Enjoy. It was a 3-inch square sticky note on which Joseph Salvaggio had scribbled a few words that ended his 22-year career with the San Antonio Police Department. SAPD Chief William McManus. You know, if you just take the last 4 letters, you're welcome. Indefinitely suspended the veteran lieutenant in July for attempting to leave the testing room with the note while taking a captain's promotion exam in January. Salvaggio told Internal Affairs investigators the words were simply reminders of areas he was having problems with and needed to review. A copy of the note showed Salvaggio wrote, "Meritorious conduct, harassed scrim, not conf mandatory count, or non-vol eval, RTD, who final shed or sked, AVAC. Taking testing materials out of an exam facility or even attempting to is a violation of the department's rules of conduct and of code and conduct. But records recently released by the city show several key persons interviewed during the internal investigation don't believe Salvaggio violated those rules." Oh, it's about to get real in here. Mick, you can't see the last 4 letters anymore, can you? Or you can only see them? MCM anus. And, I'm sorry, I shouldn't say that. McManus and his spokeswoman, I have a very childish sense of humor, for the city's Human Resources Department, said they could not comment on the case because it was being appealed. Salvaggio referred all questions to his attorney, Michael Rickman, who said Salvaggio is fighting to regain his position and clear a reputation that was marred in part by rumors and publicity surrounding his firing. I don't want this. I don't want this at all. The matter is now headed for third-party arbitration, and Rickman, a lawyer for the Combined Law Enforcement Associations of Texas, or CLEAT, hopes that will happen in October or November. In this case, you look at the allegation they put against Joe, and it's stating you attempted to take test materials out of the room, and it's not true, the attorney said. It's absolutely not true. According to the recently released records, 2 city human resources employees who proctored the exam said in videotaped interviews that they didn't believe or know if Salvaggio violated policy by writing on the sticky note. They said he didn't try to hide the note, and at the time he was not asked if he planned to leave with it. He was just asked to hand it over. An assistant chief and a captain were both told of the note at the time of the incident, later questioned Salvaggio about it, and concluded he did nothing wrong. Both the assistant chief and captain were investigated by Internal Affairs for their role in the case, and McManus decided no disciplinary action was warranted against them. In a previous interview, the chief said he believed the pair reacted properly with the information they had. Interviewed by Internal Affairs investigators and on a written report, Salvaggio said he never intended to use the sticky note to cheat, didn't know he couldn't write anything on it, and indicated that his request for an expedited discipline process was denied. If it is deemed there is a violation of some sort, I apologize for my mistake, Salvaggio wrote. I never intentionally or knowingly violated any policy in regards to this test. I am willing to take any discipline that would be appropriate for the violation of writing the note and possessing it inside the examination area if it is deemed that this is in fact a violation. But I cannot stomach the fact that the word cheater is being alleged so many times during internal affairs questioning. In the interview, a sometimes testy and combative Salvaggio said he absolutely was not using the note for any nefarious purpose, but did say that if the proctor had not taken the note from him, he might have put it in his pocket as he left the room. Even if he did, Salvaggio said, there is still the question whether it constituted test materials. At one point following his firing, the San Antonio Police Officers Association brokered a deal that would include suspension time for Salvaggio, but not for trying to take the testing materials out of the room, said Rickman and Union President Mike Hell. A meeting had been scheduled to discuss the agreement, but McManus canceled it, they said. City and police officials could not comment on the reason. Hell has said he believes Salvaggio was wrongfully terminated. The case grew out of a probe into rumors of cheating on a March exam for promotion to detective, according to the documents. A human resources employee who proctored both exams mentioned Salvaggio during questioning about the detective exam, and a separate investigation into Salvaggio's actions was launched. As the two probes continued, little concrete information was available, but rumors and speculation were abundant through the department. Information was leaked to news media about both cases, and Salvaggio, who was the only officer named, was erroneously linked to the detective exam and accused of cheating more than once in TV news reports. At the end of both investigations, McManus stressed to reporters that no cheating was found. Rickman questioned whether news coverage, department gossip, and concerns about public perception could have influenced the outcome of Salvaggio's case. The arbitrator will make the ultimate decision, Rickman said. I think the facts have been distorted to some degree, he said. I think the environment was ripe to take what Salvaggio did out of context, and I really do think the chief was excessive on the punishment. And that appears to be the end of it. So again, I want to thank everybody for pointing out the heinous actions of Chief Salvaggio. And I can't personally wait to see the grand jury inquisition into the allegations contained in this news article. And I think the firing squad will be summoned forthwith and with great haste. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.